All right, let's talk about something that affects every single one of us, personal freedom. We're going to dive into a really powerful framework from creator Emmanuel Velasco, and we're going to explore how to get that freedom by unlocking the one thing that for a lot of us is actually holding us captive, our own mind. So let me ask you straight up, is your mind keeping you trapped? I know, it's a direct question, but it's one we've really got to think about. Because, for so many of us, the very thing we count on to get through life, our mind, is actually the thing building the walls all around us. And hey, for a lot of us, the answer is a big, fat yes. If that feeling of being stuck, of spinning your wheels, sounds familiar, you are definitely not alone. It's such a human thing, right? To know you want to move forward, but you feel like you're just stuck in neutral.
But here's the good news. What if there was a blueprint for actually tearing down those walls? Well, that's exactly what we're going to break down today. Think of this as a practical guide to getting your freedom back, and it all starts by changing your inner world. Okay, so first things first, we've got to understand what this prison even is. Velasco's big idea is that our mind, in its attempt to keep us safe, accidentally becomes our own jailer. Let's see if any of this rings a bell for you.
How about this one? Ever hit snooze on your alarm? It seems so small, so harmless, right? Just a few more minutes of comfort. But Velasco says that's the first clue. It's that tiny decision to pick comfort over what you actually intended to do.
Or how about this classic? I'll do it tomorrow. We've all been there, that feeling that you just don't have the energy for it today. But Velasco points out, this isn't just you being lazy. No, it's a defense mechanism. It's your mind literally trying to protect you from the discomfort of doing the thing.
And here's a big one that hits home for so many of us. You want to get in shape, the goal is crystal clear, the desire is totally real, but taking that first step feels like climbing Mount Everest. That gap between wanting to do it and actually doing it feels like a giant canyon. So all these things, the snooze button, the I'll do it tomorrows, Velasco argues they're not signs of laziness, they're symptoms. Symptoms of a mind that's hardwired to keep you safe. It's doing its ancient job, right? Avoid risk, stay where it's comfortable. But here's the catch. That safe zone, it's become your prison. And this quote really drives the point home. The stakes are incredibly high. This isn't just about missing a workout or putting off a task. Velasco is super clear on this. If your mindset isn't right, you don't just lose your freedom, you lose everything else. Your health, your finances, your relationships, they all get trapped right along with you.
Okay, so that's the problem. The mind built the prison. But here's the good part. That means the mind also holds the key. So let's get into the solution. How do we actually start rewiring our brains to break free?
The first tool is fascinating. It's all about your words. Velasco has this amazing metaphor. Your words are spells. When you speak, you're not just talking, you're casting a spell. You're literally programming your reality. Every single word you say is a direct command to your subconscious mind.
So if your words are spells, you've got to change the spells you're casting, right? Look at these examples. Instead of I'm spending money, which feels like a loss, you say I'm circulating money. See the difference? It implies it's going to come back to you. Or get rid of I'll try. Trying leaves the door open for failure. Instead, it's I will do it. And this one is my absolute favorite. Impossible. Break it down. I'm possible. The solution is literally hidden inside the problem.
But just changing the words you say out loud is only scratching the surface. To really make this stick, you have to go deeper. And Velasco has this really specific 3-step process to directly reprogram your subconscious, basically to upgrade your mental operating system. All right, let's walk through this. It's pretty cool. Step 1, you record affirmations, but, and this is key, you use your own voice. Why? Your subconscious trusts your voice. It won't put up a fight. Step 2, you take that audio and layer it with positive sound frequencies. Think sounds designed for abundance or healing. This deepens the programming. And finally, step 3, you create what he calls a mind movie. You get pictures of the life you want, and you watch this slideshow while listening to your audio track. You're basically hitting your subconscious from every angle, sight, sound, and frequency, all at once. It's powerful stuff. So, rewiring your brain. That's the inside job. But to be truly free, you need to prove it to yourself with action in the real world. This next part is all about that, the art of showing up. And it's probably not what you're thinking. And this is a huge one, the difference between motivation and discipline. We spend so much time waiting to feel motivated, right? But Velasco says that's a trap. Motivation is just a feeling. It's flaky, it comes and goes. Discipline, that's different. It's not a feeling, it's a system. It's something you build brick by brick, so it's there for you even on the days you feel zero motivation.
And his own story is the perfect example of this in action. When he wanted to get in shape, he started ridiculously small. He'd go to the gym, do 15 minutes of cardio, and then, this is the crazy part, he would force himself to leave. That's it. The whole goal was just to build the habit of showing up. Then, the next week, he added one little thing. And the week after, another. He built the entire habit piece by piece, and that tiny, consistent start led to him losing 40 to 50 pounds. It's all about starting small. Just think about that for a second. One consistent action. That's it. The bar to get ahead of half the people out there isn't some massive, superhuman effort. It's just doing one thing consistently. That alone puts you in a totally different league from everyone who's just sitting around waiting for motivation to show up.
Okay, so you've rewired your brain on the inside, and you've built the discipline of showing up on the outside. So, what's next? What's the payoff? This last part is all about the ultimate result, tapping into this deep, fundamental power that Velasco says we all have inside of us.
And it all comes back to this ancient, powerful idea. As a man thinketh, so is he. This is really the heart of the whole framework. Your thoughts aren't just, random noise. They're the actual blueprint for your life. Whatever you hold in your mind consistently is, eventually, what you become.
And Velasco makes this super personal by connecting it to his own name, Emmanuel. Traditionally, the name means God is with us, but his interpretation is a little different. God is within you. Now, this isn't about traditional religion. It's about recognizing that there is this innate, almost divine, creative power inside every single one of us.
So what do we do with this inner power? Simple. We create. Velasco argues that at our core, we are creators, but our modern world is designed to turn us into consumers. We just scroll and watch and buy. Real freedom, he says, comes from flipping that switch, from consuming less and creating more. You stop just taking in the world and you start actively building your world.
And when you put it all together, the internal rewiring and the external action, you basically upgrade your entire mental software. The outside world doesn't change, but how you see it completely transforms. Suddenly, a problem isn't a problem anymore. It's an opportunity. A car accident isn't just a disaster. Who knows? Maybe it's how you meet your future business partner. A challenge isn't a roadblock. It's just the universe testing you to make sure you're ready for the next level.
And really, that's the whole point of this framework. It takes the power and puts it right back where it belongs, in your hands. Which leaves us with one final, very important question. If your thoughts truly create your reality, what reality are you going to create today?